But I'm gonna tell you, when that door is closed and that's cranking, we're losing our damn natural minds. We're like, hi, I'm Dennis Ferrer, and this is the story of Hey Hey. I grew up in the Bronx. Music was sort of like my escape from reality. It was also my way out. I can safely say to this day that music saved my life. You see, New York at the time, everything was on the radio. On one station you'd have disco, another station you'd have hip hop. It wasn't so segregated as it is now. It wasn't so genre specific. You just never knew what you'd hear at the club. You could hear hip hop and house music at the same time. It wasn't a clear delineation. So that was kind of the best thing at that time, because everybody was just jamming along, you know? They used to have these record clubs that we used to subscribe to for 1 penny, you know, and I was a kid. And as a kid, we always loved to buy vinyl records, not necessarily because of the way the record sounded, but because of the way the artwork looked. So we were like, Kiss Alive, this looks amazing. What, these guys got makeup on? Like, and they got their tongue like, I'm like, buy, instant buy, you know? So I got exposed to a lot of different types of music in this way, because I was just buying them because the covers look cool. My first love is making records. Always be, always. That's me. That's Dennis. That's Dennis Ferrer. My parents had bought this Fisher-Price piano thingy. The tines were just metal sticks in the back. But man, I banged away on that like I was Burt Bacharach. Making up things as I went along. My mother was like, for the love of everything holy, can somebody just snatch this piano and smash it? And it kept progressing till I was a teenager, and then when I got a record deal. Hey Hey was basically a record I was working on. I had on my hard drive for a minute, like all producers have on their hard drives, just sitting there. I wanted to make something anthemic, and it was weird because people think that's a happy song. It's not a happy song. It's just not. If you really listen to the lyrics, it's actually a sad record. It's like you rue the day you've met somebody, and it's all because you said, hey, hey. It's not a happy song at all. But of course you don't want to make everybody miserable. So somehow you've got to flip this on its head so it becomes sort of like a chanting thing. So I had this crazy idea. It was like, yo, it'd be great if I hear this record and it's like, you know, like, and it's all because I walked your way. It's all because I heard you say, hey, hey. And I was like, okay, hey, hey. And at first I tried it with different people and it didn't quite work out. So Shingy was in town and we had asked her and the label to see if she could do it. And she was gracious enough, and the label was very gracious also and helpful in making it happen.
Just an ordinary day till you came around. I had my feet on the ground. So much for that. Just an ordinary day till you came around, and now my life's upside down. Imagine that. And it's all because I heard you say. And it's all because I heard you say. And it's all because I walked your way. And I heard you say, hey, hey. I heard you say, hey, hey. And I heard you say, hey, hey. I heard you say, hey, hey. And I heard you say, hey, hey. 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 And I heard you say, hey, hey. I heard you say, hey, hey. And I heard you say, and I heard you say.
And so my daughter was in the studio. She would come, she was small, I think she was like 5. And she says, Daddy, what are you working on? And I played her the record. And I'm like, okay, I think nothing of it. And I go inside, back out of the studio, inside the house. And I see her walking around the house. Hey, 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 hey. And I'm like, Ka-ching. I mean, or your daughter's walking around, 5-year-old daughter, and she's humming your tune. Yeah, open up a bank account. It's happening. That's the crazy thing, is that my kids have been right several times. It's like radar. You want to know how your record's gonna do? Play it for a kid. If they leave and they hum that for the next 3 days, you're on fire. You're good.
And let your head roll down. Get your feet up off the ground.
I know you can tell where somebody is in their life by hearing a song. It's every musician. People don't realize that. You know where everybody is at in their life by listening to their music. If he's in or she's in a crap place, amazing records. If they're in a place of happiness, shit records. So originally that record was on my label Objectivity. I first released it in November. And Simon and I had a very special relationship where I would just send him basically everything I finished that I thought would fit Defected. You know, of course, there's some records that fit a label, some records that don't. I always knew that when I did vocal records and I wanted records to really reach a broader audience, that Defected was always the one to go to. They just did that right. And so I played it for Simon, and Simon said, let's do it. And they've been doing it now for years.
I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say, I heard you say.
As a producer, we always want our records to be slamming when you first play it out. You always say, oh man, I played it out and it was like, it crushed it, right? Like that, right? I'm not that dude. My records never do that. My records don't come out that week and shoot straight to the charts. My records are always like there, burning in the background, like grinding on you, like, and they keep grinding. And then it's like a snowball avalanche that takes like 4 to 5 months, but then you can't stop them. And then you never hear the end of them. I really like that because that signifies longevity to me. So when I first played it out, I was like, oh, okay, it's cute, but it'll simmer. And I remember then people start chanting, hey, hey. And I was like, oh, here we go. Uh-oh. And I was like, damn, my daughter was right. I love making records that I'd like to say are open-ended. For you, it might mean one thing. For somebody else, it might be another thing. And for me, it might be totally something different. But that's the magic behind writing, I believe. You write open-ended, so it means something to everybody. You're sharing this with the world. And I've never believed in just telling one side of the story. Why can't it mean something for this person? Why can't it mean something for this other person? And so that's always how I've written. I've never written straightforward. I believe hey, hey means that. On one side, somebody's singing hey, hey, and they're happy. And they're happy that they walked your way. And they're happy that they heard you say. But on the other hand, somebody's sitting in the corner drowning their sorrows away in some tequila, saying, damn, man, I shouldn't even, why this happened? Like, I should have known better. So I take pride in that.
I heard you say, and I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, I heard you say, I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, I heard you say, and I heard you say, and I heard you say.
I usually just sit down in front of the keyboard with my drum pad or drum machine and all the synths surrounding me. And I just kind of play. And as the song gets written, I start thinking, hey, what if this happens? Hey, what if that happens? So at that current time, I was inspired. I've always been inspired by Carl Craig. Always. Carl, you never heard that, but you do inspire me. And I come from a techno background. Most people don't really know this. I never did house. I did like full-on techno. And Carl had this record called Sandstorms out, which used white noise. And I was like, it's cool, but it's a techno record. But yo, what if I did the white noise thing like he kind of did? Not ripping them, but what if we did white noise? I'm like, yeah, that would be hot. I believe in making melodies and grabbing people. That's what grabs you. It's melody, something that's repeatable, something that you can remember. And so I was like, yeah, if the melody's underneath that, so whatever I can mouth, I write. So I turn on the Juno 60, throw up the white noise, I'm like, and this is what they'll never tell you. Nobody will ever tell you. None of us will ever tell you. None of us. But I'm gonna tell you, when that door is closed and that's cranking, we're losing our damn natural minds. We're like, somebody walks through the door. Oh, okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. After I did that, I had my hands in the air in the room all by myself. It's a party for all, just by myself. And I'm like, yeah, that's it. I'll say what I've always said. Thank you. Thank you for making this kid's dream come true. Thank you for saving my life.